Hey y'all, how y'all doing? It's Girl Root. Welcome back, welcome back. Yeah, I don't know if a lot of y'all know about this movie, okay? People, older maybe know. Maybe some of young ones watch this. Yeah, Beneath the Planet of the Apes. This the one I like. All of them was good with Charleston Heston. Charleston Heston is, if y'all watched the Moses movie, what is the name of that? Whatever the name was, when he parted the Red Sea. Very famous actor. Now, let's see where I started at. Okay, the movie starts off. The I think this was either the second one or the third one. I'm not sure. Might have been the third one. But Charleston Heston was supposed to be, I guess, going to the moon or whatever. They were astronauts, and they end up going through some kind of time warp, and they ended up 2,000 years from now to like another dimension after the world had blew up itself, right? So, and it looked like it had let's take the H from had volcanoes and volcanic eruptions, bombs, all kind of stuff going on in the movie. Okay. Oh, yeah. See, I done messed up my own stuff. So I get from writing two things. So okay. So anyway, so he when he first when he arrived and he met this lady. She couldn't speak. Humans couldn't speak because the apes were in charge. Like they're teaching the apes today how to be intelligent, and they call us all apes, and they say that's what the fallen angels call us, apes, and say well we came from apes, the whole all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so so this movie to me it was targeted at melanin people. That's what I felt. But anyway, so and when he got to the after he got out of that first one that messed up, then he got there and he met her. So him riding on the horse, and they come across the another part of the apes from the ones they were, and some of the other apes was in this part. So anyway, when they decided to leave from around them so they wouldn't see them, they were traveling, they ran into something came the fire came out of nowhere. Okay, and then the earth it looked like the earth was parting with an earthquake, and then it was wind and stuff like that. So Charleston Heston and the girl didn't know what was going on. Come to find out, it was some humans that lived under the earth in the taverns, right? I think they call it taverns. In the center, well, not in the center, but in the taverns or whatever they call it. So, um, let's see what I got. Movie in the cave, volcanoes. So when they went in the cave, no, first they kept. He was trying to. Charleston Heston was trying to hit the rock after the fire and all that left, and he disappeared. Like you couldn't see because it was illusions. It was holograms. So he went inside and they captured him. So the girl rode on, and she met the his partner, another astronaut that came, I guess, looking for him. So she met him, and he told her to take him to Charleston Heston. So they went through the other apes, and of course they was running from them, blah blah blah. And so he ended up finding Charleston Heston when he went into running from the other apes. He went into a cave, and he found the humans that were down there. And the humans with powers of the underground. For protection, they used weapons. First, they was thirsty, so I thought it was important. They gave them water to drink, and the water uh, controlled him when they drunk it, and they was able to get in his head and make him try to kill the girl. So they was using telekinesis and stuff. Um, so that's what they used for to survive telekinesis, and that's what they fought their enemies with. Um, They control people's minds and made them kill each other if necessary. Then they use illusions. And the more you it use fire, water, wind, seeing or believing earth, opening up, holograms. They got good at it, okay. And okay, like I said, pausing the water made them kill each other with a frequency. They used a high pitch frequency, because we supposed to be on. I had it over here. Dang. We supposed to be on a certain frequency in order to, really grow in the mind. And if they have I think it's like four something or five something frequency, something like that. Okay, so a human's frequency is 528 hertz, protect nerve system, and 432 is magic number, cosmic healing. Okay, so they knew that. So they used that against them, and they used the high pitch a lot like they doing now, because they can control you with the music, right? So after he got in out of that, and he went in there with them, and I noticed that the girl that was wild, okay, couldn't talk, like we have the animals wild, so the humans were wild. So she didn't get affected, even though she drank the water. She didn't get infected with them controlling her mind. Only the so-called intelligent ones that was from the other side, they controlled their minds, and they was always trying to hurt her. Um, so when they went in, they worshipped the bomb and the underground humans, and all cultures was there. Okay, all cultures was there, and like I say, they talked through their minds. They didn't move their lips, reading each other's thoughts. So they talked to Charleston Heston's friend with their mind. Then the elders, then while they was messing with Charleston Heston's friend, the elders was watching them through a screen. They could see through the rocks because it was an illusion. So the rocks was an illusion. So they could see them talking to him like they doing us now. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. Then it was like a whole nother underground. So as they're going underground, um, okay, so those I'm assuming those are the ones that got away from the experiments of the archons. I'm thinking so. That was on my other video I did earlier with the souls. They say they reality in the universe. That's what they call. That's they say they were. So 2,000 years ago, they Charleston Heston was from, and her name. It was interesting. Her name was Nova, right? And they always talking about Nova. I want to see what that meant. What does Nova mean?
Here's the definition of nova. A star showing a sudden large increase in brightness and then slowly returning to its original state over a few months.
So there was a star. So it was a purpose they named her name. It means new. So it was a purpose why they named her Nova. You know these movies have purpose. I just want to write that down, right? So Nova, they say it's a transit astrological event that causes the sudden appearance of bright. Okay, I'll take a picture of that. It's a lot. Okay, so where is it? Means new and star. Star showing a sudden large increase in brightness. It was interesting. Latin word nova. So same definition, all the same given to the star beings. Okay. So her name was Nova. Okay, then um they were united intelligence. They could all talk to each other. They were all trying to talk to each other at one time. So the human couldn't stand it. The human from 2,000 years ago, they couldn't understand it. So they called them primitive intelligence because they couldn't, of course, they hadn't advanced. So said the bomb is their holy. They said the bomb was their holy weapon of peace, and they worship that. Okay. Um, so they use chromatic hypnosis, make you imagine they're hurting you because of your pain from history. So we're going through all of this pain now. So if we was to meet them down there, they could actually attack us because of all the stuff and the tragic and the programming we have here, so they can program us down there. So, but the girl didn't go through that because they agreed with everything they said. If they wanted to attack them, make them shows, make them hunt, Adam, whatever the deal is, they did that, breed them, whatever it was. So she wasn't so traumatic like we was because she knew her place. Okay. And when you talk with the apes, they thought they was crazy. Humans talk, and that they switched it on the new version. I see. Um, okay. So I don't know if they're trying to change some things, but the old version, the apes talk and the humans couldn't talk. Okay. Make you imagine they are hurting you because of your history of pain. I think they are keepers they were keepers of the divine bond. Okay, check that out. So I noticed that the floors in inside the cave, they had New York and stuff like that. At the bus, the train, all of that was just messed up. So I'm assuming that was when you go down to in New York down to catch the train or whatever, but they had redid it somewhat. And the floors were black and white chess checkerboard. So they letting you know all the time that's a game. It's still a game. Still playing checkers with y'all and chess. So and I also had the two stairways going up. So it's like to me it's the two choices. Same old thing, same old thing. They make you have they made them have to another weapon. They made Charleston has some friend start trying to have sex with her in a rough way, and they controlling his mind to do that, start kissing her. There was another weapon they had. They make you have sex. So think about that now. Think about some secrets in this thing. War with the apes. Tables have turned in this world. Okay, so the apes was in power. They were on top, and the humans at that bottom. I remember I was talking about the reptilian lady that I showed the interview of her on one of my videos, and she said that. She said we were on top at one point where y'all are. Now we at the bottom living under here, but she didn't like. She didn't like that. So I thought that was something. Then then they were okay. Then it got to when they got ready to worship their bomb god, and they all was sitting like a church. So all kind of clues, right? And what I was just talking about on the last video was they took off their face. They took off the skin. So that lets you know that prejudice ain't nothing. They all look the same once they took their skin off. And they had showed the veins and everything. And I was thinking about Michael Jackson. Was that what Michael trying to say when he made his skin and took out the melanin out his skin? So they say that was an hereditary, but it wasn't. He did an experiment. He was trying to make a point, and to let you know that we all the same about the skin color, right? So whether everybody get melanated or everybody get light, but that was pretty interesting. They took out their skins, their pretend faces, that everybody in their church was the same. So that was like, to me, that was a whole bunch of messages. That was letting you know that, like I said, we all hybrids. I'm gonna get on that in a minute. We all the same, but different ways. But we shouldn't be worried about each other's skin. Like I always say, that's another form of weapons that they use against us. Because if we took this skin off, we all would be, white. Under the skin is white. You know what I'm saying? So colorless. Let's put it like that. Um, it says interesting. I think letting you know that color is not important. The oh shoot, got to put this back on. Color is not important. They all look the same without skin. Is this what Michael I was saying? Michael Jackson. No hoping. They didn't like that word. They didn't like the word hope. I thought that was very interesting. I've been talking about that because that's what I put that on my Facebook. Dick Gregory was talking about. He said, "Hope ain't never did nothing for you. Why would you hope? You got to demand. You got to say what you want to come into existence." He said, "Every billionaire and millionaire he meet, they even no hope." So I thought that was pretty interesting. It says, "Get enemies to kill each other because they don't want their hands dirty. They are peaceful people." So they call themselves peaceful. So they cause other people to kill themselves so they can say, "Well, I didn't do nothing. I'm a peaceful person. You killed yourself. I had to defend myself by making you go and kill that person, but that don't mean I killed that person. You killed that person." Wow, the blame game. It's like, wow. Same thing going on. They had a pretend face, like I was just talking about, like I said in the video. Um, so yeah, like I said, they were worshiping the bomb, they were singing to the bomb and stuff like that. I should have paid attention to what song they were singing. Okay. Um, and I know that it was interesting when they was making Charleston Heston and his friend fight in jail. They were going through the mine. And when they finally, then he gave him this big torture looking thing with some spikes, like a caveman thing, but with spikes. And so they finally killed. It was a black man that's made with a black mask, making them do this. And they finally got together and they killed him. They killed the man with the face. And before he died, he took the face off to show his real face. They could win, so they going to blow. So in order for them to win, and if the apes would find them, they said they was going to blow up the whole world. They didn't care. Same thing they threatening today, right? To push that bomb at any time. Don't care about nobody else as usual. Same shit, different day. Had them in an iron cage. I was talking about that the apes made him and shooting and killing. So the apes found their way in. They found their way in. And I noticed it was interesting that the apes, the soldiers, had backpacks on. Ain't that interesting? Okay. How many people wear backpacks today? They knocked down all the Greek statue, the eight Greek statues. That was interesting. Um, I mean, well, the apes, no, it was the Greek statues that were of the humans down there. The apes knocked them down. They had apes worship one man, like like one god, a statue of somebody. Same thing that's going on in the outer world. The same thing. Wouldn't nothing change? So how would it? The apes were acting just as savage as the humans, so it wasn't no difference. So they just telling you right there, ain't no different. Y'all all act the same. Y'all look the same. You take the skin off, or whether you add more melanin or whatever it is, everybody, animals, everybody acting the same. That's what they're trying to say to me. Another one, okay, one of the women, they finally shot Nova, uh, through an accident. They were trying to stop him from, knowing that they were down, escaping. Then another one of the ladies that was powerful, that was with the elders of the underworld, humans, she poisoned herself and she killed herself. Then one of the apes was playing with her blonde hair. Thought that was interesting. So the apes tried to pull the bomb down when they finally got into their church. And so that main ape, the main human that was left, he started pulling things down to get the bomb ready to explode. So they went on and shot him. And Charleston Heston and friend was there to stop them, were trying to stop them. So they shot Charleston Heston, and the other friend had made it to the other side, so he started shooting some of the apes. So before he died, um, it says, "Well, taverns, caves, and center of the earth." So are they saying they are already invaded them? So I guess they were telling us they didn't found the people underground from the 1970s to now. That's why I think the wars and everything they looking for, because I put in my other video, the one I have with the thumbnail of souls, it has about the ones that escaped that didn't get um, into what the archons were doing, and those some escaped. And then it got okay, and then it has then the gas came out of the bomb. The 8 people thought they can just take the bomb and just pull it down or whatever. So and when they started taking it down, the gas came out. Then they shot Charleston Heston, and as he was dying, he was telling the main one of the scientists, Apes, that it's doomsday, end of the world. So the ape, one of the he was study saying, uh, he said man is capable of nothing but destruction. So Charleston Heston cussed him out of something, and he died when put his hand on to finish the bomb to be blowing up, and then it blew up. And then the narrator says the green planet died. He just said he didn't say Earth or what it was. He just said the green planet died. So it's like it started all over again. You know what I'm saying? So it's like same thing. So it's like they saying to me that the animals are just as whether whoever in power, because it's still a power struggle. It's saying I'm better than you. Same thing it's doing right now. Same thing. No peace and love. And then the peace and love they say, because they always hollering peace, going into the Middle East, peace in the Middle East, peace, I'm going over there to help them have peace. And their peace is getting you to kill yourself or getting the army or navy or whatever. I'm just going to speak with them. They don't have to walk, get their hands dirty. They can have all of them go over there and fight whoever's in control of this here, and program them to fight, kill, whatever, rape, whatever. Same thing. Same thing that's in that Bible, same thing. So if y'all want to check that movie out, all of them, it's pretty good. Because I noticed a month ago, they made you pay for it. Okay. Just like I Still See You got to pay for it now. It wasn't like that a couple of months ago. So now they have it where you don't have to pay for it to watch. It's a message. See what you got to pay attention to the patterns that they're doing. They released it for you to watch it freely. They did not have it freely because I looked for it. And now it's free to watch. So message need to be done. Sure, we know the government. We know what they're doing. We know they making sure, the message of me talking. Like I say, we all been here before. I'm pretty sure I done already did this before. You know what I'm saying? So whatever it is, something we missing. You know what I'm saying? We missing something that we keep coming back to this part. That's what I'm trying to figure out. We could talk and we could say this and we could talk about each other. We could do this and that. But are we figuring out what are we missing? Because that even ended in the bomb. So if what we at now ended in a bomb, that world ended in a bomb, what are we all missing to make us civilized, so to speak? Okay. So then I wrote down I was looking at the hybrids. Okay. And I noticed they keep saying about the monkeys. They use our DNA with the monkeys, and then we got the movies with the Lucy movie, and that she met the monkey Lucy, and her mind went so beyond, till she went all the way to meet the first human. They saying right, and then we got the Netherland. How do you say it? Neanderthal. Okay, so that's supposed to be uh how they said that they took the monkey and the man and they made the Neanderthal, right? Okay, so that's one of the DNAs they claim that I guess the fallen angels, whatever, started messing with humans. But my thing is, I noticed this right here. It keeps saying except for the sub-Saharan Africans. I thought that was very. It said it all through the hybrid thing. Who are the subs? Who are the sub-Saharan Africans?
According to Wikipedia, Sub-Saharan Africa is, geographically, the area of the continent of Africa that lies south of the Sahara.
Hmm. It consists of all African countries. So it kept saying except for them. Okay. I thought that was really interesting. They didn't make hybrids of them. So were those the Egyptian? Were they the well, I did the doctor, what is it? Dr. Sabi did say that they had been messing with DNA and the plants and everything way from the Egyptians because he says garlic, um, what else did he say? Garlic, broccoli, different stuff were hybrids. He was saying about the different plants that were hybrids. So he said the Egyptians been doing that since, a long time ago. So is that Anunnaki or, I don't, I don't know. Then they say okay, the mule is a hybrid from the what's it, hybrid of a male. It says the mule sterile hybrid of a male monkey and a female horse. Okay, so that's what they say the mule is. Interesting, right? Um, genetic mixing made threaten many species with extinction, genetic erosion, and crop plants damaging for future breeding, abusing science. So they're saying that if they keep on spicing and doing DNA, they're gonna mess up everything. They're gonna mess up the crossbreeding. They're gonna mess up all of this stuff, including keep doing humans like that. It's gonna mess up after a while. See, I have something else. Okay. Um, they said they started doing the humans 40,000 years ago. And I remember when someone was talking about Moses. I think that was a Shira, uh, Moses' time, and how he had to save the people because he was half breed and something like that. And the people were half breed, I mean, hybrids and mixed culture. So that particular God, wanted him to save them and bring them to the new land. So that's supposed to be in Jacob's um, children, or the Israelites and stuff like that, the Hebrews. So blending of animals, miniature blending of animals and humans and mystical beasts, centurions, that what they talk about in astrology and what is that? The Sphinx. The Sphinx is supposed to be a hybrid, right? The Nephilim of the Bible describes as the wicked sons of the fallen angels, attracted women, and that was mixing with them. Makes you a hybrid, with the demigods. I talked about on that soul tape and all of that kind of stuff. And then the lion, they mixed the lion and the tiger to get together in the 1920s, and it's called liger, Liger, in the 19th century, started in the 17th century. Then it got Texanon, let me see, Taxon. I just thought that was interesting going with the movie, uh, with the we just I just talked about, because evidently the talking, had to been from now times what they're teaching the monkey to talk, and they're doing all kind of different DNA experiments to make sure that they do, right? So they're being hybrids. And they figured it was gonna turn on them. But in the movie they didn't know it turned on them. Definition. The branch of science concerned with classification, especially of organs. Systematics. The classification of something, especially organs. Okay, same thing. That's not telling me that. Science of naming, describing and classifying organs, includes all plants and animals. Okay, so it's naming. Then they had the dog with the wolf, the sheep with the goats, the chicken with the can't think of his name. Guinea guinea pig, the guinea fowl, FOWL. Okay, so they just splicing out through the years. Even the plants we eat, like I was talking about earlier, they say they are crossbred with the same genes. So okay, so they say they try not to crossbreed with those that are alike. So if they're crossbreeding us with animals, so they say, so that means that animals and us have to have the same blood type, right? Have to have the same type of um, excuse me, cells or whatever in our body in order to make a match to make us. So this is history what they're saying. So blood type matters. So some animals have blood like humans, right? And I think I did do that on one of my videos. I did find that out that some animals have A, B, the same type blood. And then I did one on the blue bloods of the animals in the ocean, and then supposed to be the higher up, the higher up supposed to have blue blood. Okay. And then you got the red wolf and the gray wolf and the coyote. Um, they changed their DNA. Plants that shouldn't be mixed together. That's what I want to see. I had seen that a long time ago. So you shouldn't when you're eating fruits and vegetables. Let me see. What plants should not be mixed together?
Here's a summary from the family handyman: beans and onions, tomatoes and corn, potatoes and sunflowers, asparagus and garlic, celery and carrots, eggplant and fennel, cucumber and rosemary, lettuce and garlic, and more.
Some plants compete for nutrients or space, or they attract damaging insects or fungus. Here are some incompatible plants combinations. Some plants compete for nutrients or space. Or they attract damaging insects. So when you have beans and onion, and we do that a lot, it attracts insects and fungus. That's interesting. Okay, that's not quite what I was talking about, but that's good to know. And the tomatoes and corn, potatoes and sunflowers. Wow. What plants should not be planted together? Okay, asparagus shouldn't be with beans. Beans or beets, broccoli, cabbage, cucumbers, peas, soys, like they said up here, shouldn't be with onions, corn, sunflowers, carrots. So I'm okay. Dr. Saber said that potatoes were hybrids. I can't remember if he said tomatoes was. Because some of these, I think he said cucumbers were hybrids. So that's like wild Mother Nature's plants with hybrid. Let me see. Is it dangerous to eat citrus plants with regular? Oh, God, that's the wrong question. Is it dangerous to eat citrus fruits with regular fruits? I think I heard that before.
Here is some information for: can you eat too much citrus fruit? According to Healthline, high amounts could cause cavities. Eating lots of citrus fruits or juices could increase the risk of cavities. That's because the acid in citrus fruits erodes tooth enamel.
Wow, I didn't know that. So eating too much citrus fruits causes cavities. And we thought it was sweets, which I'm pretty sure it is. Too much causes cavities. Interesting. Could increase risk of cavities. That's because the acid in it. Okay. It erodes teeth enamel, tooth enamel. Particular risk of this is particular risk if you sip on lemon water all day long, bathing your teeth in acid. Wow. Don't sip on it, y'all. On lemon water. A lot of people do that. My mom did that. She did lose her teeth. Okay. Um, I read that. Okay, what fruits should not be eaten together? Avoid mixing your watermelons, muskmelons, cantaloupe, and honeydews with other fruits. Try not to mix acid fruits. So that's what it is. Acid fruits with such grapefruits and strawberries are sub-acid foods such as apples, pomegranates, and peaches with sweet fruits such as bananas, raisins for better digestion. Yeah, certain things you shouldn't mix together. Yeah, this it right here. So acid, should eat that alone. Acid fruits. Okay. Yeah, I did read that. Apple and orange. Can I eat apple? Apples and oranges can keep your afternoon snack relatively low in calories so that you do not gain unwanted weight. And their dietary fiber helps slow digest to keep you full longer, including some protein with your afternoon snack can further reduce hunger. So oranges is acid, right? Okay, interesting. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay, I talked about watching how it was for sale. First had them dressed like I was interested in how they had the humans dressed like the Adam and Eve. Okay. Okay, then the New York underground world had gone to shit. Okay, yeah. Okay, and the corn, that's a hybrid. Cause the I noted that the native corn is not that color. What color is native Indians corn? It's like red.
According to
Yes.
Wisconsin Horticulture, University of Wisconsin-Madison, most cultivars are white, but there are other colors, including blue. It was the chief type grown by Native Americans.
See, it's like blue and red and white, totally different than what we buy in the store. So that's a hybrid. It's rainbow, like Mazda hybrid advantage over, or say they the corn in the stores, they did that better because of the supply where everybody wanted, to keep everybody together. They keep saying it's gonna be a shortage, but if you wouldn't put people in cities, neighborhoods, and let them branch out in all this free land that we got all over the world, all this land is not nobody's to keep for everybody to stay. Everybody will be able to raise their own stuff and they'll be able to live and not be hunger at all. But of course, they couldn't make no money if they didn't have all their clothes in together and everybody clothes in together, building on top of building, neighborhoods and all that in the stores. They couldn't stay rich and they couldn't stay powerful over you, of course, right? But anyway, just thinking in the apes planet in the ages from. Oh yeah, and I was thinking about the ages of the that we supposed to be going through now. The age of Aquarius from Aries to Pisces. Okay, I was thinking what type of people. Let's start with Aries. Okay, what type of people lived in the Aries age? Personality. It was like to me, what did they mix them with for their entertainment? Because you know it's all entertainment, right? Maybe I said it wrong. In the age of Aries, what type of people live there? Thank you. Um, it's giving me the personality of an Aries. So we all know that it was chaos. They a lot of fighting, a lot of wars during that time. It's not even putting it up, right? That song. I know it's a time for that because when I did my other videos, I could find it. Um, let's see. The age of Aries. Let's see if it come up like that.
2,000 years. According to Wikipedia, in this approach the ages are usually neatly aligned so that the Aries age is found from 2000 BC to AD 1, Pisces age AD 1 to AD 2000, the Aquarian age AD 2000 AD 4000, and so on.
Okay. But what type of people? I was just trying to see what did they mix them with to make them so violent. You know what I'm saying? Did they mix them with animal? Because I think most of them, how did they look? Let's see, how did they look? If they give me an image. Okay, so they got like the ram. Okay, I can't see the back of it. Oh, the age of Aries was age of law. They have the man with the two like horns coming out of his head. Jupiter now. Can't be Jupiter. Aries is Mars. So I'm thinking it's that Aries archetype. What that mean? Does it mean archons? Because they got a picture of Aden, Pharaoh Aden and Nefertiti with their children when I put it up, Age of Aries. Okay, yeah, and Nefertiti. So, okay, so is that the South Africa, the sub-African that they said that they didn't use as hybrids? Then we got the Age of Taurus, which is the cow first. It was a cow. Then they glutton and drink a lot, and sex was very high. Everything was immaculate. Not saying it wasn't with Aries either. So you just wonder what was the hybrid? What were the people like that served them? What did they experiment on them? How did they look? Because if they doing hybrids, then we the descendants of all of that. You know, what I put were there hybrids humans for each era, starting over, making them fit that era, Adam and Eve, so to speak. Unless do you let them run you, okay, and do you fit in this new era? So is that what's going on now to me? They need a new era, starting over from Adam and Eve, but the ones that participate, do they not change? Do they help with capturing, getting rid of, um, do they want to start back for this new age, making a whole new everything? Why they doing what they doing, mixing them? Let's look at what type of men and women in Aries age and how did they look and act. Okay, so it just showed I cannot. Okay, biotechnical control. What is that? Yeah. Oh, biological. Bilateral. I mean, Logical control. What does that mean? Insects. Okay. So they made, of course, we know they made hybrids on insects as well. Biological control, biocontrol involves the reduction of pest populations through the use of natural enemies such as the parasites, predators, pathogens. Now, some said that Egypt had, or the fallen angels, whatever, it goes on the dimensions because it's the straight line. Let me see what the straight line is like. It's like let's go to the Wizard of Oz movie. Okay, so the plants were alive, so they served them. This is what, and then the second one was the insects, um, and they were supposed to be insectilians. They're very intelligent, and they served during one of these ages. You know, that was supposedly the flies. And then I was looking at the movie, thinking about the movie with Will Smith and them and Men in Black, how they had to fight off. Remember that big old cockroach, right? So it make you think. Beetles, fleas. Hmm, okay, let's see. And unintentional, making them accidentally escape. So some animals escaped and hid, and they didn't. Some of them they did um control. I mean, make and they hid. Some of them they accidentally, like you doing one experiment and it ended up being something else. So they escaped, and then you had those who they didn't get a chance to, they escaped. That's what they're saying. So those somewhere on this earth, they call it back crossing. What is back crossing?
According to Wikipedia, backcrossing is a crossing of a hybrid with one of its parents or an individual genetically similar to its parent, to achieve offspring with a genetic identity closer to that of the parent.
Mm. And they're showing rats. Okay. It says the back crossing in genetics. Back crossing, the mating of a hybrid organism, offspring of genetically unlike parents, with one of its parents or with an organism genetically similar to the parent An animal breeding across back cross is often called a top cross. So sometimes they did not put them with the same, type of people, type of animal, whatever. Moving, okay, let's see what else I got. Okay, genetic mixing can cause extinction. Introducing some new species, ecotype, replacement of local genotypes. If the hybrid are more fit and have breeding advantages over the indigenous ecotypes or species. Okay, yeah, my phone. Okay, so we got. So in humans, there's evidence of hypersexation between modern humans and the other species of genus Homo. Um, Neanderthal Genealogy Project. DNA from all people living today, apart from most sub-Saharan Africans, is the need. No wonder they be talking about pure blood. You know what I'm saying? Um, Analyzing the genome, 600 Europeans and Eastern Asians found that combining them covered 20% of the Neanderthal genome that is in the modern human population. So it says Europeans and East Asians. This is evidence of hybrid. Okay, I did that twice. That's right. Ancient human populations lived and interbred with um, Neanderthals, the Denisovians, and at least one other extinct Homo species. Thus, the Neanderthals and the what is that? Denisovans, and at least one other extinct Homo species. Thus, their DNA has been incorporated into human DNA by integration. In 1998, a complete prehistorical skeleton found in Portugal of a lupid child had features of both anatomically modern humans and the Neanderthal. Some ancient human skulls with specifically large nasal cavities, usually shaped brain cases, represent human Neanderthal hybrids. 35,000 to 42,000 years old human jawbone found in Romania's cave contains traces of Neanderthal ancestry for only 4 to 6 generations earlier, all genes from Neanderthals and current humans. Okay, yeah. So we don't know. We just trying to find out, right? Oh, what is that word? Let's see what that word is. Denisobans. It says blood type. Hold on a minute. Okay. They're extinct species and subspecies of R, R ARCHAIC humans. Oh shit! It's completely just okay. Knock me out. Ain't that something? And this look like Indians indigenous Philippine, yeah, Philippines. They look like Neanderthals, they say. The Denisovvan people. Arctic humans. They had a thick skull, prominent suborbital ridges, brow ridges, and the lack of a chin. I'm wondering is that the archons is spelled almost the same. Because when I made the other video, I was talking about Sophia, and Sophia um, was one of the angels that got punished, the fallen angels, and the archons was supposedly already here, and she brought two sons down, So I don't know. Okay. Well, y'all just messing around, and I hope y'all found it interesting. Just okay, trying to see what's going on. What is we missing? All right. All right, y'all. Hope y'all, maybe y'all had any questions. Please leave me some if y'all know anything. All right. Love y'all. This is Girl Ruth signing off. Like, subscribe, share, and comment. All right. Love y'all. Bye.